I was teaching 9 to 5, working a regular job, and I had to be there every day, and I realized pretty quickly that I didn't want to spend the rest of my life working for somebody else, and I realized that this is certainly a vehicle that can be used to create serious time and money freedom.
It's all about putting your body in the proper environment and allowing it to heal itself. And that was something that was amazing.
It took me a while to realize that I could do the business as well. And I think just after being around and seeing some of the people do it and the people that were being very successful at it, it kind of clicked with me.
The people who are very, very successful in this business didn't necessarily have any specialized business education or a lot of times even any previous business experience before doing this.
The products are amazing. I've seen effects. I've seen the benefits of the products on myself, on my family, on friends, neighbors, and everybody around.
It's because of the products, the universal concept of the 5 pillars of health. The wellness home concept is totally unique in the world of business and in the world of health. Nobody else has this concept, so Nikken is truly a world leader in all these areas.
I love the products. I speak so highly of them, and I kept referring people to my dad and building his business with him. And then I realized, wait a minute, I could probably do this on my own.
After experiencing a few 9-to-5 jobs myself, realizing that there's no way I want to do that for the rest of my life, so it just seems like I could do everything I want to do and still live the life I wanted to live. I couldn't find a reason why not to do it.
I played basketball in college. I had a Division I scholarship to the University of Portland. And I noticed that my recovery rates when we had double days and we were up at 6 in the morning and we weren't going to bed till 9 o'clock at night and my body was able to recuperate so quickly, it was great. Our very first check was for $2,000, and so it just goes to show you a couple of 20-year-old university students with no business experience, they can do that. There's really no one who can't.
With the help of Rima and Amanda and a lot of other people in my upline, I've made it to silver in November, and my check was for $2,300. Honestly, it's the best business model that you can get.
My downline spans from here to Australia, so it's truly been a blessing building something meaningful and special and to help others do the same. I think that for me is something that I'm so passionate about.
In your lifetime, you can have an effect that goes way beyond your own lifetime, and that's huge. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to this week's Discover Nikken call. This call is intended to introduce people to Nikken, to learn, perhaps for the first or second time, about these great products, this stellar global wellness company, and the wonderful business that anyone can get started in to make a little extra money or create a full-time executive income, and even on a part-time basis. And also to possibly create that elusive thing called time and money freedom, where you can actually break the bonds of time equals money, where you can be earning income even while you're sleeping. It's not a get-rich-quick business. It's not an overnight thing, but it's something that is being done by many people all around the world, people of all ages. This evening, I'm going to introduce you to a number of young people who are involved with Nikken, people in their 20s specifically, who have chosen to not follow the traditional route of getting a job, a job, but to become an entrepreneur and take greater control of not only their physical health, but also their financial health as well. Some of you may know, if you're old enough, that there has been a soap opera on the TV for many years called The Young and the Restless. I decided to call this conference call The Young and Ambitious, because I think this is an opportunity where people can do something very special. And I think the people who go on to build something meaningful, successful, by helping a lot of people physically and financially and to create greater freedom for themselves, have ambition. They want to do something big. They want to achieve and excel. And you're going to hear from a few wonderful people this evening. First of all, let me begin by saying my name is Bo Tanis. I'm a Royal Diamond consultant here in Toronto, Canada. Because of these wonderful products and this wonderful business, I truly feel I am living the dream of having a greater time and money freedom, earning more income in a month than I ever used to make in a year before, and it's residual income. Because of a large network of people who are using and enjoying and believing in these products, or sharing them with friends and family and business associates and just people that they meet, and helping them to build a network that helps to create more income for them, this business has expanded into more than 25 or 8 countries in my personal network, and tens of thousands of people enjoying this wonderful company, product, and business virtually 24/7 all around the world. The company started in Japan back in 1975, and Nikken, that's spelled Nikken, is a world leader in advanced wellness technologies. The business is something that anyone can enjoy because to register as a consultant, number one, to get the products at wholesale, it's very affordable and very doable. For about $50, you register with Nikken as a consultant. Now, you're not obligated to buy or do anything. You can do a little, or you can create $1 million business. It's all up to you and your level of desire and interest and persistence. Here's the bottom line. As you hear some of these stories this evening, and as you learn more and more about Nikken, ask yourself this question. If these people can do it, why can't I? The answer is you can. I'd like to first bring on my son, Justin Tanis. Justin, are you there?
I am.
Would you please share a little bit about your education, your background, and why Nikken? Why now for you?
Sure. Well, I graduated from university a couple of years ago, and I studied psychology, and it was great, lots of fun. I didn't really have any intention of going on with that field, but I really enjoyed the courses and stuff that I took, and I spent a year teaching English in Japan. That was great, got to travel around Asia, great experience. The only thing that wasn't perfect about the trip was that I was teaching 9 to 5, working a regular job, and I had to be there every day, and I realized pretty quickly that I didn't want to spend the rest of my life working for somebody else. I've had the benefit of growing up around this business and watching you have your success with it, so it's always kind of been pretty obvious to me that at some point I would step into this, and I realized that this is certainly a vehicle that can be used to create serious time and money freedom, and so now that's what I'm doing.
You've had the opportunity to attend a number of events, large and small, all around the country. We were just recently in Mexico. From your point of view as a young entrepreneur, what is it about Nikken that makes it so special? What is it about the products or the business, from your point of view?
Well, I guess there are a number of things. For one thing, the products are very unique, something that you certainly don't see every day, and some of the stuff that we have nobody else has, and they can have very dramatic results. And I've been around it for a long time, and I've seen some very amazing things happen in a short period of time that people have been able to relieve discomfort that they've had for a long time. And so in terms of the products, they're quite amazing. And of course, the potential to create serious income is there, but also just the quality of people and the vision of the company in general. Like you said, we were in Mexico last year, and then we were in Orlando just a week or so ago, and the vision that the company has, the philosophy and how it wants to change the world, and the quality of people that it attracts to it are all quite amazing, and I think all together they create something that is very special.
Great, Justin. We'll talk to you a little bit later.
Great.
Thank you. What makes Nikken special certainly is the products. We have a line of products that I would call the best of all worlds. There are many home-based businesses and networking companies that have some great nutritionals or some great household products, but Nikken has a product line that really addresses total wellness. The major areas of health are, of course, rest and relaxation, relieving discomforts, improving quality of sleep, and reducing stress in the body. And Nikken's magnetic and far infrared and negative ion technologies, Nikken as a world leader are just incredible and have very profound effects on people's health. Nikken's nutritional products, both nutritional products for humans and their pets, of the highest quality purity, whole foods. Nutrition is such an important part of life, of course, and health, and Nikken has a unique line of products and of the highest quality, which produces also, of course, repeat business, ongoing income, and all the customers going on what we call auto ship, you can create reproductive residual income. Also, the company has products in the area of environment. Air and water are very, very important. Without either of those, we don't last very long, and nutrition and other products don't really matter if you're not breathing or drinking. Nikken has a state-of-the-art air wellness system that creates operating room pure quality air, but not just clean air, alive air, full of vitamins of the air with negative ions and the highest level of purity. Nikken's water system creates pure, living, magnetized water, which is very much like natural mountain spring water, which you cannot buy anywhere in any store, but you can make your own with Nikken's Aquapore and Pimac water systems. I'm not going to go into all the great details of the product line right now, but let me just give you this overview. In addition, we have fitness products, starting with a product called the Cardio Stride, which is a weighted walking shoe that's a very attractive running shoe, is what it looks like. But by wearing it, doing your normal activities every day, you can burn calories and lose weight just by walking around the home or the office or going shopping, doing whatever it is you're doing. Most people find it very difficult to change their lifestyle to get into a gym, but this is something you can use on a daily basis, which is really the hallmark of all the Nikken products, most of the products that is, and that they are passive in their nature. You have to sleep anyway. Sleep on the Nikken sleep system in a cocoon of magnetic and infrared and negative ion energy that just lulls you into a deep sleep. And when you sleep better, your immune system gets stronger. And that's really where the focus of Nikken's products are, in addition to being able to reduce discomforts, sometimes radical agony that people experiencing the relief using the products. The real focus of the product line is prevention. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, or I believe a ton of cure, by sleeping better, having a stronger immune system, by being properly hydrated, having good nutrition. All these things together go to create a healthier lifestyle. In addition, this combination of products really creates what we call the ideal living environment, the wellness home. When you can live in the home and turn your home or apartment or wherever you live into a healthier environment. Because, you know, the air in most homes is many times more polluted indoors than it is outdoors. And Nikken's Air Wellness helps to clean it. The water is very pure in the Nikken Wellness Home. You're sleeping and enjoying the great nutritional products, all of which improve health, the immune system, and prevent disease. And certainly can even enhance performance, because when you're properly rested and you're not hurting, you're just going to be at your best. Jordan, you have quite an athletic background. Would you please share your story? Why Nikken? Why now for you?
Sure. I'm 26. I got on the products about 10 years ago because of an experience that my mother had. She was almost one of the statistics. She was rendered unconscious in the ambulance for an adverse reaction to a properly prescribed prescription medication. They finally got on all the products with Nikken, and it took her about 2 weeks to detox, and amazingly, 10 years later, she has never had a low in her day, and she's been off all medication. I never experienced any amazing miracle, but I do know that I am blessed never to know the diseases that I'm preventing. That's kind of why I absolutely love Nikken, because it's all about putting your body in the proper environment and allowing it to heal itself. And that was something that was amazing. And I played basketball in college. I had a Division I scholarship to the University of Portland. And I noticed that my recovery rates, when we had double days and we were up at 6 in the morning and we weren't going to bed till 9 o'clock at night, and people were getting sick on the sidelines and all these things that were going on, I was cool. I was doing fine. I would be sore maybe going to bed, but then I'd wake up the next morning, and because my body was able to recuperate so quickly, it was great. But I didn't get the business side because I wasn't looking for a business side. I was 20 years old, having fun in college, and then after that, doing so many other things. It wasn't until last year that I saw the game plan that Nikken had, and that's a 100-year game plan, and their vision for creating 1 million wellness homes and 10,000 healthy millionaires. I love the products. I speak so highly of them, and I kept referring people to my dad and building his business with him. And then I realized, wait a minute, I could probably do this on my own. So I signed up last October after I went to a big event, the North American Convention at our world headquarters, which our headquarters are absolutely amazing, and have been building my business ever since. My downline spans from here to Australia. So it's truly been a blessing. And I think what you said, though, in the beginning is building something meaningful and special, and to help others do the same. I think that, for me, is something that I'm so passionate about. When you have that passion and you have the desire, you can't stop. And that's what I hope to continue to do forever, which I will do.
My name is Jonas Spear. I'm 26 years old. I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm an actor and a flying trapeze instructor with a circuit school here in town. I got introduced to Nikken about 10 years ago through my mom, who had an incredible experience sleeping on the products. She had a sleep problem, and it went away after 1 or 2 nights using the products. I was extremely skeptical, and so I watched her dabble in the Nikken business and in the Nikken world of products for a couple of years, really, before I started to see that she was having really positive results with her health and also making a lion's share of the income for our family. I agreed to take a closer look. I went to a wellness preview, and I saw a lot of very sane, very smart people looking at this business as a real business. I cleared up my own misgivings, my own myths around what network marketing is and isn't. It's clearly not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is based around money and no product, and this is a business with absolutely incredible products. And I really recognize network marketing to be really beautiful, elegant, and equitable method of distribution and a really right way of doing business. Over the last 2 years or so, as an actor, I realized that I'm going to need a backup plan, what we call an exit strategy. And in order to keep living the lifestyle I want to live and be able to disappear and go on the road and do jobs, I needed to create some kind of structure that generated residual income. Before I really started taking this business seriously, I was working at trapeze school 5 or 6 days a week. I was temping, I was doing odd jobs, I was bartending and staying up late, and I'd be wrecked for interviews and auditions the day after. Now, I'm building a business with incredible people and partners I love and a product line that I really, really believe in. I use the products everywhere in my life. I'm building a business with reproductive residual income, which is awesome. I work on my own time, and I get paid to empower people to dream big. And my own dream is to show people what a thriving artist looks like, not a starving artist.
First of all, let me make a very strong statement that we make no medical claims. We don't imply these products heal or cure or treat any condition. And what we recommend is for people to get their products, use the products, and enjoy them for themselves. Some people do have, like you just heard, some very significant health improvements in a few hours or in a few days, some in a week or two. Some take longer. And so what we recommend is people just to use them for their own benefit. One of the hallmarks of a really good business is to be at the right place at the right time. We've all heard that cliche before, but what does that mean? Well, in terms of a business, it's a business that's really operating in the right industry at the right time, an industry that's growing and expanding. And Nikken is part of the wellness revolution. More and more people are just aware of the need for natural approaches to health to avoid unnecessary drug surgery or interfering type of medical services. Whenever you can take a natural approach, obviously it just makes sense to do so. Certainly there are medicines and situations where you must rely on the normal healthcare system, but whenever you can do anything to improve your health naturally, who wouldn't do that? We are part of a huge industry that's now several $100 billion in size in North America and will soon reach over $1 trillion. And that's that industry of having to do with chiropractic, massage, nutrition, Reiki, acupuncture. Everything to do with natural and complementary health methods is exploding because people want to stay younger, stay healthy and active as long as possible. We're also with the right company at the right time. Nikken started back in Japan and back in 1975, over 32 years old, has done something like $20 billion in sales in that total time period. Last year, about $1 billion in almost 40 countries. So this is not some startup operation. This is a proven, globally successful company with a universal mission. And it's called the 5 Pillars of Health. It's about living your most wonderful life, I'd say. I think we've all seen that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, every Christmas with Jimmy Stewart. But it's possible to do that because by helping others, and helping others physically and financially, you can not only make a little or a lot of extra money, it can become residual income, which allows you more time freedom. The 5 Pillars of Health means having a healthy body, a healthy mind, a healthy family, a healthy society, and healthy finances to live the way you want to live. And Nikken has all of that and much, much more. We're going to talk a little more about that in a minute. Next up, we have Amanda. Amanda, are you there?
I'm here.
Wonderful. Please share your story. Why Nikken? Why now?
Okay, well, actually, like Rima, my first experience was just strictly with the product. My aunt introduced me. I had quite a bit of back pain, so I got the sleep system. And I was actually one of those people who it took a little while to feel the benefits. A couple weeks into it, I finally realized that I was starting to feel a difference, and then all of a sudden it went really uphill from there. My pain started going away really substantially, and I thought this was great, but it took me a while to realize that I could do the business as well. And I think just after being around and seeing some of the people do it and the people that were being very successful at it, it kind of clicked with me. I'm a student studying holistic health and psychology and wanted to get into a field where I would be making a difference for people, and started to realize that this would be an amazing way to do that and reach so many more people. And at the same time, after experiencing a few 9-to-5 jobs myself, realizing that there's no way I want to do that for the rest of my life. So it just seems like I could do everything I want to do and still live the life I wanted to live. I couldn't find a reason why not to do it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, and please hang on the line for more contribution later. By starting your own business, you have tremendous benefits. Number one, of tax benefits. There are many tax write-offs that you can apply to your Nikken income. Being self-employed, for many people, but most people are paying a very high rate of tax. If you're working for someone and you don't have a home-based business, you are paying the highest rate of tax for your level of income. And without any tax benefits or write-offs, you're paying a tremendous amount of tax, which can be offset by the investments you make in your Nikken business or in any business. So whether you do Nikken or not, I encourage anyone and everyone to really investigate being an entrepreneur. Free enterprise, the ability to take control of your financial health is extremely rewarding. It's something where, in some cases, people within a month or two or three start making a few hundred or 1,000 or more per month. Some people take off much more quickly. Within a year, they made a six-figure income of over $100,000. It all depends on you and what you want to do and how to approach it. But being self-employed and using these products and sharing them with others and following a simple ABC system that we have, which just about anyone can do, because in this business, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And by allowing your sponsor and your upline support team to help you, we help you make your initial presentations, help you order whatever products you want, help put together a business strategy and a plan that's right for you, your life, and your goals. There's so much to be gained from this, and down the line, the income is truly unlimited. And you can eventually, as you build a bigger and bigger team and have more and more strong leaders on your team, like the people that you hear on the call here, you could be on holidays or even sleeping because people are using these products and building their own businesses in different parts of the country and even eventually in different parts of the world. I think the bottom line that keeps people involved in the business is that the tremendous satisfaction of knowing it's a win-win business. You can only gain substantially by helping a lot of other people to win, to become more successful, to empower them to really live their best life and to be as successful as they want to be. Next, I'd like to introduce Olivia. Olivia Popsor, would you share your story? I find it fascinating. You've been a university student. You've been involved in sales. For you, why Nikken and why now?
Hi, everybody. My name is Olivia Popsor. I am a nursing student, currently doing a 2-year program. I took a year off after my first year, and I am taking the year off right now. I've read a book that mentioned to get a magnetic mattress pad and a shower filter for the various reasons that everybody knows, that about the sleep and about the water that we shower in, and it should be healthier than it is right now. It's full of chlorine and everything. I was looking for those two particular products for over a year. I checked everywhere, I asked everybody, and nobody knew anything about it. They were saying, what? Magnetic pad? What are you talking about? Then Nikken, as you're saying well before, Nikken actually came at the right time, right place. It was exactly what I was looking for several reasons. Mainly because of the product, because I've been looking for something that is exactly what Nikken has, all the technologies it has, all the unique products that it has. It's exactly what I was looking for. That was the good point. And then the second point was the business side of it, which I wanted to open my own business at some point in my life, but I knew that within the healthcare industry I have to go through many years of school build a reputation, have a bit of capital to start my own business, and then I'm going to be in the competition with all the other private businesses around. So it was something that I could see myself probably being at around the age of 40, close to 50, where I would break even. But when I was presented with this business plan from Nikken with network marketing, it was just perfect. It's not only spoon-fed everything, it's how do you say that word?
Duplicatable?
Yes, that's the word. Yeah, it's very easy to do. So I went straight. My gut feeling said this is a good thing to do, and I went straight in, not even worrying about anything. So when I started last year in October. I said I want to be silver by November, and I did not know what I was doing at all. I said I want to be silver. I know this is something good, and I need guidance. So with the help of Rima and Amanda and a lot of other people in my upline, I've made it to silver in November, and my check was for $2,300. It's just the momentum that just keeps going and going, and I can't stop. And honestly, it's the best business model that you can get. It's very easy to do, and as long as you have social skills and you love talking to people. The products are amazing. I've seen the benefits of the products on myself, on my family, on friends, neighbors, and everybody around. The 5 pillars of health are, it's just, I don't have enough words to say how good this is. Yeah, that's my experience.
Well, thanks for sharing that, and we hope to hear a little bit more from you later. In most businesses, people are pushing a product. In Nikken, we have products and an emotional experience that are pushing people. People get excited. People get passionate. And it's not like selling. It's really sharing something you believe in. And we encourage everyone to get more information, to get some products. Might as well get them wholesale. That makes the most sense. That's what most people do. And you can move slowly or quickly, whatever is right for you. But get some products. Start walking on the insoles, magnetic insoles, sleeping on a sleep system, drinking the Nikken water, taking the nutritionals. Start your wellness home. You can put together an entire wellness home where all the rooms of your home have these products, and you can do it all at once, or you can do it bit by bit and room by room, so to speak, as I did. The key is to start wherever you can right now and experiencing a healthier life and start developing a more prosperous life as well.
Hi, my name is Star Freiberg, and I'm 32 years old, and I'm so excited to share my story and to be a part of the Nikken family. I just recently moved to Michigan from Ohio, where I owned a Pilates and yoga studio for 7 years. I sold it to come up here and be with my husband. I have a bachelor's degree in exercise physiology. It's basically a pre-physical therapy degree. And currently I'm studying for a master's degree in vegan and live food nutrition. I'm now a vegan right now. And I've been studying health and wellness for the past 14 years. I was drawn to Nikken first because my husband and I were searching for the perfect water. We were spending hundreds a month on what we considered good bottled water. We tasted the Nikken water, and to us, it's all about taste, feeling, quality, and the environment. The taste was amazing. It was very good. I have to say it was probably better than any of the bottled water we've tasted. And that's big for my husband. Before we found the water, I was having trouble with enamel loss in my teeth and sensitivity also. I had a medical doctor that had not really diagnosed, but she had said that she thought it was because of the acidity in the water I was drinking. And finding out that Nikken's water was not acidic was a draw. And I found that since I've been drinking the water, I've found that the sensitivity and the enamel loss have completely gone away. I also found that with the degree I'm studying, that Nikken's products were right on target with the whole food nutrition, with their infrared technology, their magnetics, negative ion technology, and with the environment and organics. I was concerned about how I was going to make a living sharing with others about the overall wellness. Though, and through Nikken, I feel like I've been given a gift to share with others. And to top it off, there was a generous commission. I thought, wow, I get to share something I love and get paid for it too. And I even get to help others not only to gain their physical and emotional well-being, but their financial well-being. I also want to say that I just got back from conference, and I was amazed at the kindness and the quality of people in this company. Through the business I used to have, I used to give hugs all the time, and so I thought I was the only one that really gave hugs in business, and realized that that was not true. Well, in closing, I have to say that I'm so excited to be on this journey with Nikken, and I feel like it will be fulfilling in all the areas of my life.
Great. We're naming this The Young and Ambitious.
Oh, that's awesome. Sweet. Okay. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Oh, good. Okay. I would also now like to bring on Rima. Rima, would you please share your experience as a young person? I believe you're in university. Share what you're doing, what you're studying, but why are you building a Nikken business?
Thank you. My name is Rima Babra. I have been a university student, and I've been studying physics for a few years now. It's actually a biophysics program, so basically I'm studying the physics of the body. When I was first introduced to Nikken through my friend Amanda, who you'll all hear from pretty soon, I understood the concept of magnetics and how they can help the body right from the outset. But of course, having not seen any examples of it, I wasn't sure exactly what benefits somebody could have from these products. I had basically had very serious back pain for 12 years, as long as I could remember, to the point where I could no longer wear a backpack to school. It just hurt too much. I was given the Nikken Super Minis, just a round magnet, a little bigger than a Canadian toonie for the Canadians who are listening. I placed both of those, one on each shoulder, and in 3 days, my pain went away for the first time in 12 years. And I didn't think that was ever going to happen again. So any doubt or skepticism I could have ever had about the products vanished very quickly, and I didn't have any more questions about that. But in terms of the business, I just didn't believe that I was the business type of person, a business-minded person. I didn't see myself in that world. So for a whole year after I was to the products, I just sort of watched Amanda and other people through her doing this business. What I came to learn in that year was that the people who are very, very successful in this business didn't necessarily have any specialized business education, or a lot of times even any previous business experience before doing this. And that's when I realized that there's absolutely no reason why I can't do this. And so Amanda and I decided to partner up with a co-distributorship in Nikken. Our very first check was for $2,000, and so it just goes to show you a couple of 20-year-old university students with no business experience, they can do that. There's really no one who can't.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for sharing your story. And I'll ask you a few more questions a bit later on about how you got started and what you guys did, okay?
Okay.
As Jordan was speaking, I thought of the word legacy, and that's something I truly believe. I started something which can be left to my family and future generations, and it is having an effect not just here in Toronto or across Ontario or North America, but really all around the world, and it's very special. There are very, very few things in this world that you can do, and certainly which the average person has any hope of ever doing, that can have that kind of impact. In your lifetime, you can have an effect that goes way beyond your own lifetime. And that's huge. And it's because of the products, the universal concept of the 5 pillars of health. The wellness home concept is totally unique in the world of business and in the world of health. Nobody else has this concept. So Nikken is truly a world leader in all these areas. If you haven't already, we encourage you to get registered as a consultant. You can then start buying whatever products you want at wholesale and enjoying better health. Walk on insoles. Take the nutritional, sleep on a Nikken sleep system, and I recommend for people to Nikkenize your home, office, and car. Have products around you. Have some CDs and DVDs with you and some brochures. And know that anyone you contact, you can make a little presentation or a longer presentation. It's very easy to do. You can grab their attention with some very interesting demonstrations. Give them a CD or a DVD and invite them to be on a call such as this, or with someone who's part of your support team who's more experienced than you. You're in business for yourself but not by yourself. It's the team effort. As you heard Olivia saying earlier, she'd made a decision to reach a level called silver, where you start earning some significant income. It's the first leadership level with Nikken. And within a month, she was there. But she didn't do it alone. There are a number of people there to help you. And that's also quite rare in business. In most corporate settings or in business settings, it's a very competitive and often a dog-eat-dog type of environment. This is a nurturing and helping environment where we want you to win. The more you win, the more we win. It's just so simple and so effective. You can reach a level of silver where you can be making $500 or $1,000 or $2,000 a month. When you help 3 people to reach a level of silver by empowering other people to become successful, you reach a level called gold. And I know Jordan is almost there. And when you have 3 silvers earning $1,000 or $2,000 a month, you could be a gold now earning $3,000, $4,000, $6,000, $7,000 per month and driving a new Nikken paid car. There's no limit either in income or in time of how fast you can move. When you help several people to start earning $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 per month, your income goes into the 6-figure category. And less than 3% of the population earn a 6-figure income, $100,000 or more. And it's possible for anyone of any age to get in, to stay in, and keep building, and keep sponsoring, and keep empowering others. That you could be earning a 6-figure income within maybe a year. I don't know. Maybe it takes you 2 or 3 or 4 years. The fact is, more than 95% of the population never in their lifetime make that kind of income. It is possible here. Get more information. Get back to the person who introduced you to the products. Get a CD, get a DVD, go online as well. Go through what we call the process. We don't want to sell you on Nikken, by the way. We want you to sell yourself by getting 100% informed. Go through the information and experiential process, and you can tell us whether Nikken is for you and whether you want to be a wholesale customer, a retail customer, or a business builder. Whatever is right for you, we'll help you to do that. Welcome to the business training call, and it's really called Building Your Business. It's to help consultants or those who are considering getting involved with Nikken to learn the basics of what the business is really about, how it works, how can you get started, and how can you get your return on investment back as quickly as possible and start making some significant income. Tonight we have the wonderful team of the young and the ambitious, as I call them, people in their 20s who are realizing that there's a better way to live than being employed by someone else. When you're working for someone else as an employee, in a sense, you're giving them your time and effort at wholesale, and they're turning that around and getting paid retail on it. In a sense, you're cutting yourself short. Here it's possible to earn what you're truly worth, to really go as far and as fast as you want, and create incomes that can really go way, way beyond what the average person can earn. Because the very structure of what we're doing allows you to have unlimited income and even a greater time and money freedom through residual income. How does that work? First of all, by being involved with Nikken, you become a consultant. In many ways, it's a lot like joining Costco or some wholesale buy-in club. When you join Costco, for example, you pay a small amount of money. You can then get a card and you can go into the store and buy products at a discount. No one ever goes into Costco and buys $5 and goes home. Because people have the ability to buy at a discount, at wholesale, so to speak, they buy a lot more products. And so by becoming a Nikken wholesale customer, whatever products you order, you get them at a wholesale price. Start using them. The key is to develop belief in the products. You're not going to build much of a business with products that you don't have any belief in. And with Nikken products, we have products for everyone, every man, woman, child of all ages, and their pets. Our products are used by veterinarians, health professionals, world-class athletes. Everyone uses and benefits from these products. So start using the products. You can get an entire wellness home of all the Nikken products. If you're able to do that right away, by all means do so. You will also want to get the amazing nutritional products and get them on what we call auto ship. By signing up for auto ship, you get a discount, an additional 10% below wholesale by going on this automatic shipment program. And that eventually, as you do that with other people, helps you to create reproductive residual income. I would encourage, if you can't get the entire wellness home right away, start with the starter pack, what we used to call the demo and career pack. It gives you a tremendous amount of products to use, to demonstrate, and to experience for yourself. When I got started, quite honestly, I couldn't afford either of those, so I got something else. I got a smaller amount of products. Our most powerful products are the magnetic and the infrared, which produce some of the most amazing and startling results, sometimes in minutes and certainly within hours or days. You can be sitting on a magnetic Kenko seat, the magnetic seat in your home or office or car. You can be wearing insoles, wearing a necklace, wearing a number of different products that no one else in the world has ever seen in many cases, but they can have a tremendous effect on your energy. And when you start feeling better, the picture, the bigger picture of the possibilities of the business really come into play here. As I talk a little bit more about the business, I also want to have you hear from some of our key speakers. Jordan, I think you've been doing Nikken the longest. What did you do when you first decided to get your business going? How would you recommend a new person? What should they do today, tomorrow, over the next couple of weeks, over the next month?
The first thing to do is make the decision to do it. Really wholeheartedly believe that this is what you want to do and set your goal for what you want to accomplish. If it's silver in your first month, do it. Set your goals, get your 100 list names, and start contacting people, but really use your upline. Because when you first get into this business, I mean, I've known the products for 10 years, but I really didn't know a lot because I didn't know how to share that with people. I didn't have that business savvy sense to explain without spewing on people, just information that I believed. And what I did was I got with my upline, these amazing people, they know what they're doing. And they have every intention to help you succeed because that's what this business is. You do not succeed unless you help those in your downline succeed. And with that, getting with your team and just saying, here's my goal, show me what to do, and let's get it done. And being consistent and following up. Those are the keys to any network marketing business. You can do it part-time, you can do it full-time, but you can't do it sometime. You need to be consistent and every day, make a goal to set, if you are only doing it part-time, set 2 hours in the morning or 2 hours when you get home and make sure you're just in that mindset every day and you'll see it. If you're consistent and you stick with it, it's a snowball and it's a really fun snowball once it gets going.
Well, I know you're out and about building your business. What's it like to not be stuck in a cubicle in an office or in a job working for someone else? How does that feel for you as a young woman?
I couldn't do it. I tried it for a little bit, and it's not my personality. It feels amazing to literally set my schedule every day and know with every conference call, every coffee shop, every wellness preview that I do, wherever I travel, it feels so amazing that I am changing someone's life, whether they know it or not. I'm planting a seed for people to think about their health and think about their finances. And that's amazing. And to go to Mexico and have it be a write-off, because from my trip, I have 3 of my friends now that are in my downline. And it was a business trip for a week that I got to pay for. It's amazing. It's truly a blessing, but one that I work for and will continue to work for to keep it that blessing.
Wonderful. I'd like you to come back on with some closing comments later if you wouldn't mind.
Sure.
How do we do Nikken? Well, first of all, we share something we believe in. We're not selling in the old style of sales. Certainly we're introducing people to something that we believe in, but we don't try to manipulate them. We just inform them. We call it going through the process. The process has 3 basic steps. We want someone to review some information, an audio CD, a DVD, to look at a brochure, and to go online. Not one or the other, but all of them, but not all at once. If I were to meet Olivia, for example, and we did a presentation in a coffee shop or at her home, my home, in a hotel meeting, wherever we do it, I would share my personal experience, that of my family and friends. I would show her the products and do some very simple, enjoyable demonstrations where within a few seconds she could actually feel more energy, greater strength and stamina. And it's fascinating how the body responds almost instantly to these products. I would offer her a CD to listen to when she leaves the brief meeting we're having there. I would give her also a DVD to watch at home, and the DVDs are short, 5-10 minutes long, but very informative, very impactful. I would give her a small brochure, not too much information, and also invite her to come on a further call with someone more experienced than I am, for example, if I'm a new person starting in the business. There are a lot of things there to help you get started. All these are forms of what we call the ABC. If I'm the new consultant, I'm the B. If I get someone else more experienced than I am on the call to help me speak to, let's say, Olivia, they are the A and Olivia is the C. So ABC, it's a 2-on-1 presentation. It's like learning how to ride a bicycle for the first time. Someone's there to help you hold the handlebars, to help you start walking, and eventually you can start running and riding on your own, so to speak. You do 5 or 10 or 20 ABC presentations with your sponsor or someone else more experienced than you, and you really can start earning income while you're learning the business. You're not doing this alone. You're working with a team. There's a process where you don't have to sell anybody. They can sell themselves by reviewing the information, experiencing the products, and coming to a presentation. I didn't finish the process, actually. So the process is number one, information. Number two, it's a product experience, where you let people see and experience and get their hands on these products. We also have something called a rollout, where we can melt away someone's stress, 99.9% of all the stress in their body in 20 to 30 minutes with the Nikken product demonstration of the sleep system. And finally, a Nikken event, an in-home meeting or a wellness preview that talks about the products and the business. So if I had made contact with Olivia, introduced her to the products, sent her home with some good information, maybe did a follow-up call or invited her to a presentation, other people more experienced than I, let's say, are doing the presentation. She can meet a variety of other different people from all different walks of life and ages and levels of experience. She can see all of the products that are on display, and then she can make an informed decision whether it's for her or not. Oh, little hint, guys. Those of you who are consultants and want to accelerate your success in Nikken, every time you're with a guest who's looking at Nikken, don't just let them sit on an empty seat and be talking to them without them experiencing the products. If I'm meeting anyone, I want them to be sitting on a Nikken energy seat, the magnetic seat. I want them to be wearing 5, 6, 7 products on their body 99% of the time. So whether I had 10 or 20 minutes or an hour with Olivia in a coffee shop or at the wellness preview, I want her to be on the products 99% of the time because the products work. And that's where most of the questions are. Most people say, well, gee, it sounds good. I wonder if the products work. Well, you can get that over real quick by letting them experience the products at every opportunity. The process, the ABCs, and it's contacting a lot of people. What's a lot of people? Well, even someone who's busy can make contact with at least one person a day for 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes, at least to get them started on the process. Put a CD in their hand, do a demonstration, invite them to a meeting, do whatever you can with whatever time you have at least once a day, and then follow up with them the next day. And it's possible within a week or two to have 5, 10, or 15 people looking at Nikken, and that really creates momentum. Not everyone will be ready for the business, but the products are certainly for everyone. Show the products and the business to everyone, and to let them decide what's best for themselves. Rima, are you there?
Yes.
When you talk to a friend, what do you ask them? What do you say to them? How do you share Nikken, and how do you ask them to take a look?
The way that I've found best starting out is to first just tell my story, because especially when you're talking to your friends, they're going to have a lot of things in common with you. So when you first tell your own story, they're immediately going to relate to some things, maybe not everything, but some things. And then what I've learned from my upline, from Stacey Grieb, who's a platinum in our upline, and also Yubo, is to listen more than you talk. It's very important for us to ask questions first. Instead of us telling them what they need, we need them to tell us what they need. Just something simple as, what are you looking for in your life right now? Is there anything missing from your life right now? How's your health? How's your family life? How are your finances? Things like that. And they'll tell you. I mean, the great thing about this, it's been mentioned a couple of times, that the people involved in Nikken are some of the most amazing people you'll ever meet. We genuinely care about other people, and that comes off when we talk to them. People give us real answers, and that the beauty of Nikken and the 5 pillars is that Nikken has something to offer anyone. The idea is, when we say wellness, wellness sounds like a general term sometimes, but our definition of wellness is the 5 pillars. So what we're saying is that if your finances are not healthy, you're not healthy. If your society that you're living in is not healthy, you're not healthy. It's about relating to the person you're talking to and then showing them proof that Nikken has the answers to their solutions, and that gets them excited, and that gets them curious, and then they're on their way to going through the process.
Great information. Well done. Thank you. Stay on the line for a closing comment, will you?
Sure.
Wonderful. Now, we all do the business a bit differently because we're all unique individuals, younger and older. Some of us are male and female. Just be yourself. The main thing is to be your best self, to be your most excited self, and just to share your enthusiasm for the products and the business with at least 1 or more people per day. Do you realize if you did that, if anybody did that, in 3 years, that'd be about 1,000 people. Think about that. Just 1 person a day without interfering with what you're doing normally with your normal job or occupation or your life. What if you introduce Nikken to 1 person per day? in 3 years, that'd be approximately 1,000 people. What if 100 of those people got involved with Nikken in some way? Maybe a wholesale customer, just signing up to use the product. Some people a little active, some people avid, strong business builders. So that means 900 people tell you no, 100 tell you yes, but let's say 6 of those people start earning a 6-figure income within a year or 2 or 3 or longer. So you helped 6 people become a platinum level consultant, which is possible to do it in 3 years. People have done that. You've showed Nikken to many, many people. 100 have gotten involved in some way, but those 6 perhaps have led you thousands or tens of thousands of other people because they decided to do Nikken in a very serious way. I don't care how bad of a presenter you are or unskilled you think you are. If you were to just do that consistently, as I just described, those numbers would work in your favor. So one of the magic formulas of business, marketing, sales of any kind is just large numbers. Not all at once, but 1 or 2 a day within a year or 2 or 3 becomes a huge amount of people. And as that expands, as a few avid business builders start doing this in a big way, you'll find that some of the people on your team are much more excited and even more active and more effective at Nikken than you are. I've been very fortunate to have a number of key leaders who have made a few or several $1 million in this business, and they're better at the business than I am, in my personal opinion, but they're part of my team. They're on my network. By helping them win, I win. Amanda, what do you say to people? How do you do Nikken? What excites you? How do you feel that you can best and most effectively be yourself and share Nikken with others?
That was definitely a learning experience for me because I wanted at first everyone to see things exactly the way I saw them and be as excited as I was. I realized that something different speaks to everyone with Nikken because it's got so much to offer. I figured out that the best way to help people is just by telling them my story and what was really great about it, just not being attached to their reaction. It wasn't my job to decide how they were going to react or to help them react in a certain way. It was just to give them the information that I had and let them do what they wanted with it. I think just really speaking from the true place of what I'd experienced and really listening to what they have to say and what it is they're looking for, and then just letting them come to their own conclusion about it because everything there is true and everything there is wonderful and they just have to see it.
And how do you do that? Do you use tools? Do you get them to speak to your partner or your upline support team? What things do you find have been helpful for you?
We've really enjoyed doing the in-home presentations so they can actually see and touch some of the products and ask questions, and it's more on a personal level. And then we've been fortunate to be able to use our upline whenever we could to do 3-way calls so that they could ask any questions that we couldn't answer. Some of the tools that are available have been really great, too, to lend out some of the background information on the product. I think we've used it all at some point.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing that, and please hang on the line for a final comment. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Justin, I noticed that you've been effective also using the tools in addition to speaking effectively about the products and the business. What is the value of tools in your estimation? And let me define for new people. We have the Nikken products, of course, but the tools that we build a business with are audios, videos, DVDs, also brochures and websites.
They do a number of things. For one, it allows you to participate in the business before you have a great deal of knowledge yourself. So if you're just a new person getting involved, it's something that you can leverage, something that you can use to kind of back up the fact that you're very new and you don't have all the answers yourself. What I think even more importantly is that it allows a person to have another perspective as to why Nikken is great and why it might be of benefit for them to become involved. No matter who you are or how good you might be at speaking, not everyone is going to relate with you, but they might relate to somebody that they hear on one of the CDs or the DVDs that you use. So it really allows them to see the bigger picture and to relate to another perspective.
How do you discuss the idea of leverage and the value of network marketing to the people you talk to?
I just mentioned the fact that, in any job where you are being paid a salary or an hourly wage, you can only earn money when you're working. It's impossible for you to create or generate any kind of income or cash flow if you're not in the office or at the job site, whatever it is that you're doing. Whereas with a network marketing business, like any big business, you can leverage or use to your own benefit the effort and the time of many, many people put together. The one thing that obviously separates a network marketing company from a big business is that it doesn't require any special knowledge, any huge investment of capital or money. It's almost like a turnkey operation where for a very small investment you can have the benefit of a big business and have the power of that leverage.
Great information. Hang on the line if you will. Justin was talking about network marketing, and network marketing is probably one of the greatest inventions in terms of business and social interaction. I think one of the best inventions of the 20th century. If you look back in time, I think historians will look back at the 20th century of what were some of the greatest inventions. Certainly the car, the airplane, the electric light bulb, medicine, penicillin, modern surgery, television, various communication devices, plus the internet and computers. But also the business model called network marketing, which is really unique, certainly in the history of the world of business. Most businesses are I win, you lose, in many respects. This is a business that's based on win-win. It's also based on a win-win in the sense that by empowering others to be more successful and even to exceed your success, you still win. You cannot lose. And so it's a very, very different model. Now, sometimes network marketing has gotten a bad reputation, or there have been bad people, or ineffective people, or bad companies, not very strong companies. But, you know, there are good and bad in all things. There are great American corporations, and then there was Enron. So are all corporations bad? Of course not. There are great lawyers, bad lawyers, good doctors, bad doctors, good priests, bad priests. There's good and bad in all things. And you must know that in the world of network marketing, in this huge industry, and in North America, there are tens of millions of people involved in this business. School teachers, nurses, doctors, bankers, accountants, people from all walks of life, policemen, because they see the value of having a plan B, an additional source of income. All we ask anyone to do is just get informed. Read a book or two. There's a great video that perhaps your sponsor or someone who's introducing you to Nikken, a great video, a DVD called Brilliant Compensation. Highly recommend you get that. There's a great book called Being the Best You Can Be in MLM, Multi-Level Marketing. But all the benefit that business offers is available to you in network marketing at a tiny, tiny fraction of the cost and risk. And once again, you're not doing this alone. You are getting a turnkey operation of the basic skills and all the things you need to know that come with the package. So it's an amazing form of business. Become a student of network marketing. For most people, I'd say the products, do they work? Do they not work? How does this whole thing work? The products are the easiest part of the business. I encourage everyone, especially consultants, to become informed and become a student of network marketing. Read a couple of great books. We can let you know about those. Watch a few DVDs. Listen to some CDs about how the business works, and I think you'll be amazed. As amazing as the products are, the business of network marketing and the Nikken business is equally amazing. Olivia, what do you say and do that, well, actually, you went silver so quickly, so obviously I think you made a decision. What did you do in those first few days and the first few weeks to help you reach that level of silver?
Mostly what I did was make a decision. Basically, I don't know if anybody knows about the DVD The Secret, but I've watched that DVD, and I've set in my mind that by the end of November I will be silver. First day of November, I bought my wellness home. That was one thing that I set into motion for sending a message to the universe, and all good things will come to me kind of thing. Then things kind of just happened after that. My mom signed up as well, and my mom actually helped me a lot by talking to so many of her friends. I spoke to so many of my friends. All the points that everybody said so far apply here, so I don't want to repeat myself, but it was mostly just an inner feeling of like a snowball effect that was mentioned before. For example, I was talking to a person a couple of days ago, and he was saying that he works a lot and he has a lot of lower back pain. So I took my back flex from my back and I said, look, here, put this on your back and we'll talk for 20 minutes. And then after 20 minutes, he did feel a little better, and he was looking at us like, what is this thing? Well, I do a mini in-home, I schedule meetings, I give them CDs, I do a three-way call, bring them to a wellness preview. So with some people, it's a process.
I've heard it said that people really don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And how can you express that you do care at all about someone? You can ask questions. we found that if you can find a reason why people might want to do Nikken and offer them a variety of options, they will pick and choose what's best for them. And that's really, for me, a very good approach. I find most people don't want to be a salesperson that badgers and bothers or tries to convince or twist other people's arms to buy something. Nobody wants to do that. But yet people do want to share what they believe in with friends and family and people they meet. People just love it to help other people. I heard another interesting thing, and that is no one wants to be sold, and yet everyone loves to buy. Who doesn't want to buy things that they want? And so what we do is we allow people to sell themselves on Nikken by going through that information process. Jordan, your feelings about the business, but what do you think might help a new person to get started and to become effective?
Make a decision, commit to it, get surrounded by people that support you and will help you build to attain your dreams so that you then can have the confidence to help others do the same.
Great information. Thank you, Jordan, so much, and give my best to your family, and
I will.
Call anytime I can help.
Okay, thanks, guys. Have a great night.
And you too. You know, speaking of revolutionary products, one thing we didn't even touch upon because we covered so much information is the idea of biaxial magnetic rotation. Nikken has several technologies that no one in the world has any clue about, and they're life-changing, revolutionary products for health and business. Those of you who are just about to discover what Nikken's about, you got some wonderful surprises. But it's so rare in business to find something that is so powerful and revolutionary, and Nikken has such things. Rima, final comments of how you can help someone get started?
I would just say don't hesitate at all just to contact your support team. I was a little bit hesitant at first calling you, calling Stacy, calling a few other people just because I felt like I don't want to bother these people with all my questions and all the help I need, but I realized very soon that they want us to call as much as we can. We basically, Amanda and I hijacked Stacy Greaves' living room for a couple of days when we were just starting out just because we really wanted somebody else there while we were doing our rollout and talking to people, and she was thrilled to do it. So asking for help, and Olivia touched on it before, in that you're definitely not alone. Everybody's there to help. And to definitely plan it out at the beginning, the analogy of the ship, where if there's a ship on the ocean and unless there's somebody at the steering wheel with a compass and a route plan, the ship is just sort of going to wander around and maybe end up on the shore, but probably not. Versus if you have a plan, you have a compass, you have a route, and you have somebody at the steering wheel, then you have some guidance with you, you dramatically increase your chance of achieving your goal.
Wow, I've never heard that analogy before. That's a great one. Thanks so much. Amanda, how about you? What can you share as a final closing comment?
I would just say don't hesitate to talk to people either. Definitely, I agree with Rima of using everything that's available to you, but also just not prejudging if people are going to be interested in it or not, and just making sure you tell everyone about it because you have no idea how it's going to affect them or who's going to be interested in what. I've had some surprises with people that I thought would really take to it, and some people did and some people didn't, so you just never know.
So don't prejudge.
No.
Share the gift with everyone. Olivia, a final comment that might help someone get started?
A final comment to get somebody started would definitely be watch The Secret.
Well, how we think affects what we do and the results we get. You're so right.
Yeah.
Good point. The Secret is a great DVD. And finally, Justin, final thoughts.
I think one of the most important ideas is just to be coachable, to be teachable. This type of business, this network marketing, is a skill set, like I've heard you say many times, and it's something that has to be learned. It's not incredibly difficult to learn. It's quite simple. But I think a lot of people have the feeling when they get into a new business that they've got to go out and they've got to do it on their own and to become a self-made man or woman, and in order to be successful you have to kind of, beat your competition and all that kind of thing. Whereas in this business, the only way for anyone to be successful is to help the other people, their downline, to be successful. So everyone has a vested interest in your success, and therefore put them to work. Listen to what they have to say, their comments and suggestions, and use them. Use the tools. Just don't do it on your own, and really be a student.
Great advice. Well, I want to thank all the young and ambitious that we had on the call today. This is truly the next generation, and we have something for everyone, folks. Get in, get started, the most basic rules of success. Share Nikken with many, many people. There is a formula called the ABC system where you're not doing it alone. Use the sponsor, use the tools, use the meetings. It's all there to help you, and it's possible to turn your annual income into a monthly income. It might take you a year or two or three, it may take you 5 or 10 years, but in any other business it's not even possible. In this business it is, and other people are doing it. And if they can do it, why not you? Thank you all, and good night.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.